Today on A Commonly Good MTG, we're playing RAKDOS Midrange. And we got the RAKDOS meaning black and red, midrange meaning that this deck kind of has a nice curve. And as you play it, you got things to do going up to the middle of the game. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, the Pontifex Maximus of Magic Card Videos, Dr. Yukon Socket. Yes, thank you. Filmed before a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Socket. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, posted by Achilles. It was called RAKDOS Midrange. RAKDOS Midrange. Yeah, so it looks like a fairly standard Rakdos-y kind of deck, but with some new Final Fantasy cards jammed in there, which should be there for fun and entertainment. All right, so let's take a look at the cards in this deck. We'll talk about how it should work, and then we're going to go out and we're going to crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got going on here today? Let's start at the end. We got Cecil. I don't like this guy at all because he's a great blocker, but if he gets into a fight, he ends up making you lose life, and that just sucks. So, but this is in everything that's black. I don't know. I wouldn't play with him, but he's in here. Creature kill, hand hate, creature kill, creature kill, creature kill. A guy that gets bigger every time he attacks or puts out a little dude. He's birthing babies. About creature planeswalker kill. This one will go do a little bit of card draw and then gives your dudes haste for 2 turns and then destroys itself. So kind of weird. This guy can birth babies or draw you cards. He's got a big butt and does death touch. Not bad. This one, when it does damage to an opponent, they lose half their life going down. Sheoldred makes them lose life every time they draw a card, and you gain life every time you draw a card. This guy gives anytime a creature attacks alone, it gains double strike. Anytime your guys attacks alone, it gains double strike. When this guy does damage to a player, you may cast an instant or sorcery with mana value of 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. Which we got a lot of creature kills, so that's probably what he's going to do. And lastly, we got Virtue of Persistence, which does -3 to a creature, and you gain 2 life. If you got 7, you can put it out as an enchantment, in which case you can pull a creature from the graveyard back into the battlefield under your control at the beginning of your upkeep. And we got a nice collection of lands. So what are we going to do with this deck? Well, we're going to ramp up, right? We're going to get some guys out, and we're going to start killing stuff. We're going to keep the board clean, and then we're going to get out like Unstoppable Slasher and Sheoldred, and start punishing them for existing. Seifer is a good trickster. He can help with pulling stuff back, helping to keep the board clean. Worst case scenario, we bold up to 7 and start pulling dudes out of our graveyard, putting them right back out. All right, so that's it. That's what we're going to do. It's pretty standard Rakdos deck. Before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Sheoldred, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, playing against Necro. Brynhildr would have to be the thing to save the day. No, Chocobo. What's Princess Potty Pants here doing? All right, that one's down. We're just picking his guys off. we have anything like Cecil being kind of nice right now? Well, that's going to go to nowhere. All right, so let's let it happen. All right, let's Thunder Magic. You actually go for some protection there. I got 2. Fine. All right, we're getting closer. And we'll play this game again. Oh, it just kills me when that happens. He's getting lots of guys. Yeah, that guy has to be tossed. Let's go wide on this situation. Let's do that. You want to block Brynhildr? You could do it. All right, let's just attack with the single dude, that guy. And let's give him some pump, as one does. Ooh, double strike. Nicely done, Seifer. Man, how many of these are right to kill? One, two, three, four, five. I need 7 to virtual persistence. You want to send your 2/2 in? I don't think you do. Do I have anything in here that's 3 or less? Oh, I got a lot of good things that are 3 or less. All right, let's just do this. Non-token creature. Non-token creature. And all in. All right, you can feel free to block if you want. It's going to happen. And Necro is a whiny loser. Victory! Rank up. All right, playing against Asesinato. 2 mana. What do we got? Down black first, probably the best way to go. Thunder Magic. It's not a bad card. Thunder, Thundra, Thundaga. It's all about learning to pronounce it, apparently. What's this guy doing? Is he going to play like a Reanimator deck, potentially? I always hate the way I have to go throw away cards. You play this guy early when you don't have any mana to play, to do anything with the stuff that comes out to you. Come on, mana. I'd like a third one. That's not a third mana. Ooh, that looks a lot like a third mana. And a hasty zombie. Get him! Yes! Look at that, down to 9. It does to creatures. So I don't have anything that does direct damage to creature, to opponents, which is what I kind of need. Whatever, Space Hippie. I got nothing. Alright, so I'll kill him next turn. I just got to clear the board. I got the mana for that. As long as he doesn't throw down like a billion things or kill the unstoppable. There we go. Is that it? And half of that is 0. Boom, boom, goes the room. Victory. Alright, playing against BakedDad. BakedDad. Dude, when the Federales come looking for you, you're just pointing an arrow at yourself. Try to be a little bit more discreet. Your dude is naked. Alright, so I can cut something down if I want to. Like that guy. I know, I'm so disappointed. That's like the whole engine for your deck right there. And he's gone. Okay, these 2 are 4s. We got a 2. He's got to climb up to 4. He's trying to get the engine started, which he did. Nice. I really like these Brynhildr? Brynhildr. Well, I gotta get these things organized correctly. What is this thing called? A Brynhildr. Whatevs. Sheoldred's gonna come and teach you what the Black Queen does best. No! You're supposed to give me haste. Oh well, you can suck it. Draw that card. Draw that card. Come on, babe, we're going to draw that card. Now I gotta kill it twice like a sucker. Alright, we'll put out a Cecil. We'll put out a Surveyor. Oh, where's this one go? Sheoldred needs to live. Turn off my propellers. Come on, we can do it. Turn it off. Joink. Go get him, Cecil. Double strike. That could be rough for me. I'm just gonna let it happen. Alright, he's down to 4. And he's totally screwed. In your face, Davy Jones! In your face. Alright, we're playing against Jazznost, the Barbarian. Alright, we got one guy. Got a lot of good control. I love black control. I love that crap. I'm gonna go touch that guy in an icky way. Alright, what are we playing against? Is it frogs? I mean, I'm just not used to seeing the gingerbread guy rolling around. I love you always forever. Can't get rid of this card from my graveyard because it's not there. It's in exile. And I can play it. Alright, here's a guy. Or you're just gonna shoot it or something. I almost can't even tell what this guy's playing. What was that looking for? Frogs. He's got to be doing frogs. All right, well, I could probably kill 2 things next turn. There's 2 things. Yeah, come at me, brah. Alright, 2 more. We'll pop that guy. And let's take it in. Why does he keep having Ginger Brutes? That seems like a weird card to be playing. Unless he just wants to do haste. Hasty little guys. Sometimes I'll do that kind of thing. Alright, we're up to turn like 5. And so far, that's the first damage I've dealt. Has he done damage to me? I don't know. I'm at 21. Somewhere I gain life. Oof. Can I do something with that? 4 points of damage? Yeah, let's rip that guy apart. Have a good time. I get up to 7, I could start playing a frog deck. Or maybe a green nature deck, let's put it that way. Ooh, Brynhildr. Or I could actually draw something, maybe. And use it. Ooh, Thunder Magic? Sure. Oh, wow, come on. I needed a red for it. We're at 5, here's number 6. We're getting close to 7. Oh yeah, the Ginger Brute did damage to me, didn't it? And we win! The Black Queen makes him pee his pants. Victory! Our thing again is pokesomesmot. 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 Come on, baby, we're going to pokesomesmot. Oh, it's turn 2. Brynhildr. Let's pick up a 3rd mana. There we go. And whatever I draw, I can't play. Has to be thrown away. Oh, not poor Sheoldred. Oh, I hate to see her go. I'm going to get a hasty unstoppable slasher on the next turn. It's going to be fantastic. Losing out on Sheoldred again, twice in a row. Down to like 6. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we got to be able to kill a couple things if we need more mana for that. Alright, is he gonna put out the mana, put out another guy? Oh, and another Sheoldred! Oh, the humanity! All right, it's down to like 2. There we go. You're looking good. We can kill a couple of guys. We still need another mana to be able to pull that off, though. We can kill at least 1. Hopefully it doesn't put down too many guys. Back up to 4. He wants a land. Desperately. Oh, it's an artifact. All right. Cancel. We'll have to slaughter it this way. Sometimes when we touch, the honesty's too much. Victory! Alright, so here we are with RAKDOS Midrange. It was a good deck. It did very well. I ended up with a 64% win rate, which is well within the Platinum Mythic level. It felt kind of like a standard RAKDOS-y kind of deck. What it had is it had a lot of control. A lot of control for taking out creatures. I mean, just tons of it. And I always like that. That feels good in my hand. I don't like control decks, but I do like wiping out creatures. And that felt good. The interesting cards in here was like Brynhildr and Seifer Almasy. Yeah, he was pretty decent. So altogether, it was kind of fun to play with a few Final Fantasy cards. The deck didn't have a strong theme to it. It wasn't tribal anyway. There wasn't any sort of like synergy between the cards. But for playing RAKDOS, really, it was the individual creature removal that really made this deck stand out. All right, let's get to it. Who was the MVP? Who was the most valuable player? It was Brynhildr. Brynhildr was the MVP in my opinion. I like getting out cheap. I like the fact that it did a little bit. But the fact that it gave my guys haste, that was fantastic. Plus, I kind of seemed to have some good card draw going on. So altogether, I thought that was really good. It just felt like it got things going. And like, if I had a couple guys in my hand, I could throw out Brynhildr and I knew that all my dudes were going to get haste. Unstoppable slasher with haste is so devastating because they're just not prepared for it. And suddenly they lose half their life. That is just like a heat-seeking missile of truth. Yeah, so Brynhildr was the MVP of this particular deck. Congratulations, weird-looking sparks, fire, and metal contraptions thing. You are going to Disneyland. All right, let's see. Was this deck competitive? 64%? Yep, this was a competitive deck. It's well within the Platinum Mythic levels. 2 out of 3 games, you're a winner. So yeah, it was a good deck. It was a really good deck. Number 2, was this deck fun? Yeah, it was. I mean, what I liked is I liked the early game because, I mean, you can see we have a nice aggro curve to it right there. There's a lot of things to do at the beginning. Unstoppable Slasher totally makes this game into such a hassle for people to go up against. And Sheoldred, of course, can sometimes hold an entire deck down by itself. The only problem is this deck kind of at the end sort of loses steam sometimes. Like you run out of cards, there's not a lot of card draw going on. You're really just asking yourself for a Brynhildr like crazy. And you want to get to 7 mana. Yeah, I was never able to get up to 7 mana. So I could start playing the Virtue Persistence and start pulling things back from a graveyard. That would have been fantastic. But the card draw in here is not really strong. So it doesn't really get there. And how much mana do we have in this thing? 25. It seems like we shouldn't have a problem getting up to 7. That didn't ever really happen for me. So altogether, this deck was bad when it got to late game. But the deck does great between early and mid. If a game goes on too long, there's a strong chance this deck's just going to peter out. That's all there is to it. Lastly, was this deck interesting? It was an okay deck, made up of a lot of real, regular cards. But we did have Thunder Magic, which I thought was cool. Brynhildr, of course, who was my MVP, and this Seifer guy, which was good too. I mean, he makes you do the whole solo attacking to get the double strike out of the deal. But when he self-attacks and you can start pulling things from the graveyard, which is usually a creature removal, I really dug it. I thought that was good. So altogether, yeah, it had an interesting bent to it. We got the ability to play with some Final Fantasy cards. That was pretty decent. All right, so let's add this up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Yeah. Was this deck interesting? Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to give this deck a... it's gonna be in the A category. The competitive totally pulls it up there. I'm gonna give it an A-, just because it wasn't as interesting as some of the other decks. It wasn't as fun as some of the other decks. Still, it was well within worth playing. It's definitely an A-level deck. It just that it just didn't have that spark of magic for me. So there you go. It's an A- deck, and if you decide to play with this deck, I hope that you have as much fun with it as I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.